Do you remember the year?
Yeah, 20, I want to say 2016, 17. I think so.
And this song still bangs like this.
Yeah. This song, it stayed longer than I anticipated.
Ever thought, ne?
Yeah, way longer. Yeah.
But that's what happens when the rent is due.
You think so?
You pour everything into it.
Yeah.
Because you can't leave crumbs.
Yeah, I guess.
Your life dependent on this.
Yeah, the song I did, it wasn't even, the recording wasn't even like that. Like, okay, we're making this like really big song. It was, sometimes simplicity comes out so beautifully. Yeah. It was kind of like it had that element of being very simple.
Yes.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
And that's why it works.
Yeah.
Who was around? Who's with you here in terms of working with this song, on this song?
I don't know if you know Tiago from 340 Mil.
Oh, yes.
The guitarist.
Yes.
And also Tiago from Do Me and the Volume.
What?
Yeah. So, we've been making music together for a while. And he produced the song.
How did you guys meet? Let's start there. I mean, how did those paths cross? Because here you are, I know you to be a student from AFDA.
Yeah.
How are you hanging out with people about 340 Mil?
Hey, it was crazy, I mean, I grew up in Melville. I mean, that's where I studied at AFDA. So I was in Melville.
Yes.
And I used to know the guys from 340 Mil. And I think when I finished school at AFDA, I met the drummer, Upaulo Chibanga.
Yes.
I was like, yo, man. Then, when you get so desperate after school, you have to take chances. You have to ask people like, can I come work for you? This is what I can do.
Yes.
And I was so desperate and so confused. It was in January. And I met him at the shop and I was like, hey man, I have these songs and I'd love to record. Trying to be very serious.
Yeah.
And not give away that I didn't really know what. And that's how I got to meet them and get to work with them.
How did he... There must be something you said to make him listen, because I can imagine he gets a lot of those requests.
Yeah.
But why did he listen to Bongeziwe?
He didn't even listen. He was like, okay, cool, let's try and work. And I went to...
Right then and there?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you'll pay me. And I was like, cool.
Oh.
And then we went to the studio and I was super nervous now. This is the moment, And like, I just remember like being like very young.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't want to give away this, I'm kind of lost.
Yeah.
And I remember going, and that's how I recorded my first song, which,
Never.
Yeah.
In that moment right there, after that coffee or cafe chat.
Yeah.
Now you're in the studio and you belt those lines.
Yeah. And it's like, it's crazy when I think about it now, how the younger me was like able to be that sharp. And
yes. Wow, that maybe the bravest thing you've ever done.
I think so. I mean, I had been fascinated by music before then. Just how studios work, especially coming from the Eastern Cape, there are a lot of things that I'd never seen.
Yes.
The inside of a studio, how waves look on a computer. So I was like very interested in that world. So when that time came, I used everything I know to come up and rise to the occasion. And I really wanted to sing as though like I kind of know what I'm doing. Like I'm a real musician.
Yeah. But after you're doing drama, you're not doing music.
Yeah, I came to Joburg to study acting. Yeah.
Yes. And then why music then?
When I got here, I started being friends with Nosisi from Kwani Experience.
Wow.
I started being friends with MXO. Very good friends.
Oh, man.
MXO.
Yeah.
And who else? Male
Soka. Wow.
Yeah, she was in a group.
Yes.
With those three guys. And like, I think the music, I couldn't contain it anymore. Like being here.
You were surrounded by it.
Yeah, like, and I could go to the Simpiwe Dana show, Tandiso show. So like everything I loved about music was around me now and I could almost touch it. And then that's when I started going to open mics and wanting somebody to be like, hey, bro, you kind of talented.
Yeah. So now, and then take me back to Jolo. Church churches where everything was basically crafted, right? In terms of honing the skill for youth to sing and so on. But what are you telling parents? I'm sure they had their ideas about you, of what they would have loved for you to become. And now you must drop the news that you want to do drama.
Yeah.
Because you need money to come to Joburg. You have to tell them something.
Yeah. No, I was lucky. I think, I when I entered school, I immediately had like problems.
Okay.
Like, okay, your mother has to come in here. She's not really doing well at school. He can't really concentrate. The only thing he lights up is when he's asked to sing or to draw.
Oh.
That's when. So, my mom from a young age, I think she noticed she needed to develop my artistic interest.
Yes.
So I went to an art school in grade 6, from a very young age. So by the time I was in matric,
it was apparent.
The road was already written.
Wow. And art school, what makes it different to any normal, and when I say normal as in the usual school?
Wow, yeah, I got to learn a lot, and things that I didn't even realize I needed to learn. Just being able to have a conversation about art and to learning art history about all the other artists, South African artists. I was very much into drama at that time. So learning about Gibson Kent, learning about plays and playwrights and John Kane and what art has done for South Africa. And I also did visual arts, learning about Gerald Sekoto, all these great South African artists that, it started making me very aware about doing arts that was site specific.
Yes.
Like, so when you hear a song and you can tell the song is from South Africa.
Yes.
And I got to appreciate it because I started to see all the cultures, they'll have like in Italy, this was an Italian artist and when I was learning all this, I started, where are the South Africans and what is our contribution to the art world? So I think that's why my music came out the way it did. It had to be very South African and very rooted in my upbringing in rural Eastern Cape.
In fact, I saw an article about you. I want to quote them verbatim in terms of what they said. And I found that very, very powerful. From Billboard magazine to, I think this is an institute. The Radio France Internationale.
Yeah.
They said, Bongeziwe Mabandla is a modern miracle. Did you see that article?
I think I might have seen it. Yeah, I don't remember.
But when you're getting, because like you said, it's about you being brave to approach a drummer and telling him about your talent. You getting to the studio to belt a few lines and they're like, whoa, maybe we have gold here. You end up recording all of this and then because for me, that's a step of approval.
Yeah.
When it hits you, does that say to you, okay, maybe this is it then? Is this I've made the right choice? This is the right path and channel that I've chosen for myself?
Yeah, definitely, and I think I didn't realize what I was doing for my life when I was younger, for my, I think around the time of 22, 21, I was hanging out with friends, doing normal things, but I was always feeling this need to separate myself, to practice and to hone my craft. And people didn't understand that for a long time. But had I not made those moves, I see my whole career as something very spiritual now. It was like a calling. I didn't really understand why I needed to practice. I needed to write songs. I needed to spend this time alone. Yeah. But it was something calling me and something egging me on.
But bruh, you have left this country for how long now? You've been on an international tour for how long now?
Yeah, this year is probably, I think we we played almost over 100 shows this year.
What?
Yeah, around the world. Just seeing a lot.
Yeah. Where have you been? Where did it start? Let's start there.
Where did it start? I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna be quoting it properly, but we started in Mexico, I think.
Mexico of all places.
Yeah, I've studied in Mexico.
Who's calling you there? Do you know? Is it a festival or is just what? What is it?
Yeah, my music is really opening up to the world now, and we've been working at it for a couple of years, and I think some of those initial investments are starting to bear fruit. So I think people are discovering my music around the world.
Yes.
Yeah, not knowing why or what the reason is. So we started off in Mexico, and we were in the States.
Yeah.
It's new. The US is very new for us.
Yeah.
And we've been playing a lot in Europe, going to countries that we haven't been to, because we go to Europe, but sometimes we play the same countries.
Yes.
So
I'll assume London, for instance.
Yes.
Germany.
Yes. And Holland. We play Holland and Switzerland probably the most.
Is it?
Out of everywhere. But this time I was able to just travel to new places. Belgium for the first time.
Yeah.
Copenhagen, that's in Germany.
Yeah.
Just different cities. And now we just came back from the US playing Colorado, just some of the small towns in the US. Yeah.
And the reception?
Wow, I feel I'm very lucky, I think when people listen to my music, they become fans. So I'm always just touched by that, even with the language barrier.
Yes. Do you then educate them, bring them closer for them to understand what it is exactly that you're singing about? Because I find that's exactly what African artists most of the time do.
Yeah.
Teach a lot for people to understand the song.
So we try and, explain a lot. But sometimes I feel like a lot of the feedback that I get, it's like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about it, but I could feel it. A lot of people have a deep appreciation of the feeling of the music. Yeah.
How is the appreciation of music? Because I hear artists when they go and play overseas, they say the appreciation is deeper than here.
Yeah. It's changing though.
Is it?
I think it's changing. I think South African audiences are becoming very aware of artists and very considerate. Because when I started off, it used to be so tough.
Yeah.
You go play, people are having conversation, people are signaling to you like, play something more groovy. People come up to you like, can you play something faster?
Or something we know?
Yes.
Can you do a cover version?
Yeah, dude.
You're like, I am my own artist.
Yeah. I have my own songs.
Yes.
But it's changing. It's changing. People are starting to appreciate their own.
Did that prepare you for the world? Because I guess sometimes when you have a tough crowd, that prepares you. You can handle anything thereafter. No?
I wonder. I think the opposite, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I think playing in places like maybe London. I remember the first time I played in London.
Yeah.
Like my first international show, super nervous. And I'm a new guy. And then you get there and you start, and everybody quiets completely. And people like listen to your every word. I think that kind of really healed a lot of the things that I had experienced, playing with a crowd of 12 people at my shows. So I was always like, I needed like something to go right. So I think when I started experiencing that appreciation, I was able to come back to South Africa and play those difficult crowds. Yeah.
Bravery is not something you can buy.
Yeah.
You must experience it.
Yeah. And you learn from people, I once saw something Soweto performing.
Yeah.
And his songs, Agana Mali, had just came out. And not a lot of people knew it was him. And he was performing in this keyboard. And sometimes you just need to really be tough about your art. And like, if people don't get it, still do it as though,
Yeah.
I learned from him, just watching him that day, like just in his elements, singing almost to himself and like forgetting what the crowd was doing.
Wow.
Yeah. It's about understanding your art, I think.
Yeah.
Because you can't always fit in at every show, at every event. Yeah.
I respect artists. I respect people like you. Something Soweto, I mentioned Malay, you name them all.
Yeah.
You have to be so confident about what you have put out.
Yeah.
That you believe that even if you don't get it now, but you will hear it.
Yeah.
And soon you'll be like, yo, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, Jigeleza.
Oh, yeah.
Ndokulandela ne? Definitely number one, immediately when you say Bongeziwe, that's the song that hits you.
Yes.
And then there's Jigeleza.
Yes.
Tell me about this song.
Not my personal favorite. I won't lie.
No way.
Yeah.
Tell me. Okay, I want to know
this
why.
song it was written
why.
by Tiago, and he was like, this beat is really nice, and I think it would really work well for South Africa. I was like, I think I was sent it 3 times to try and write, and I was like, almost like, okay, I'll try something. And he was right. Yeah, he was very right. Yeah. And I guess people like Tiago, they have this experience of, so they can tell how things can work easier.
Yeah. And what I like about your sound is you didn't try to fit in any box or try to make music for a certain segment. You just braved it and said, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And that's why you'd won awards as the best alternative album. This is summer, 20...
last summer.
2021.
Yes.
Best alternative music album. And 2028.
Yes.
2018, actually. 2018.
I was like, 2028.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'll
take it.
Take it.
I'll take it. 2028, best alternative is already done.
Done. Remember this interview, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, I have Bongeziwe Mabandla with me right now. You have no idea how this feels like. When you have somebody who's just raises the flag internationally and they come back and they sit in front of you and to celebrate our own. Jigeleza Lizwe, and he's back home. It is Bongeziwe Mabandla. He's right here. Like I said, your international tour. Of course, that international tour is bringing about the fact that you're now touring Cape Town, right?
Yeah, I'm touring South Africa.
South Africa?
The whole of South Africa.
Starting when?
Starting on the 15th in Cape Town. And the plan was to try and go to all the major cities around the country. Yeah. So we've secured 12 shows around the country. It's hard to tour the whole country. It comes with challenges. But we found it very important. We've been touring South Africa for the last maybe 4 years, 5 years. Yeah. And I think it's really beautiful to see how invested people are around the country into live music and how excited they are to see like quality shows.
Yes.
We're really excited that we are able.
Is this the one-man show, or are you going to bring somebody onto the lineup to be part of this?
It's a one-man show by myself, mainly to celebrate the Amaxesha album. Yeah. And we were just speaking about how I've been around the world. I've noticed that sometimes we do these really great shows and with certain elements that we can't always bring to South Africa. So
like what?
Like visuals.
Oh, yeah.
Big visuals,
that help tell the story, right?
Yeah, and that synchronates to the sound. And just sometimes the level of production on what we can do. Yeah. So we focused a lot on that. Bringing a very high-tech kind of tour. Yeah. And that we're having a truck and we're going to travel with the truck around the country. And we're going to new places as well. Bloemfontein for the first time. Oh. And we're going to Soweto for
Where?
the first time. The venue in Soweto is Gokas Tembo. Stembe. No, that's in Kwalanga.
Yeah.
In Soweto, I'm trying to look here. It's at Morris Isaac on Center. Yeah.
Is this?
Yes.
This is Morris Isaacson Center.
Yes.
Is it?
Soweto. So,
Okay.
yeah, really excited about.
But I'm sure we'll find all those details on your socials, right?
Yes, all the dates are all here, all 12 dates.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Okay. Now, as you travel, and I've seen this happen even in this country, where an international actor will come and the first thing they would want is to ask the question, who can I work with? Who can I collaborate and do some work with? Did that happen with you for the tour that you did internationally?
Yeah.
Where you went into the studio with one or two people?
I'm always sort of going into the studio with different people.
Yeah.
And trying to work. I'm trying to think who I did. It's out already. I did a song with Alpha Mist.
With who?
Alpha Mist.
Come on now. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know what you just dropped right there? It's a nuclear bomb, Papa. Alpha Mist is one of those amazing alternative artists that just make amazing music.
Yeah.
How did you meet Alpha?
He actually, I didn't know about his music. So he was like sending me messages on my Instagram.
Never.
Yeah, and for a long time, because I get a lot of messages. Can I do a song with you? Can I do a song with you?
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, not really answering to the message.
How?
And then until I think he got frustrated and he reached out to my management.
Yeah.
And he said, I've been sending Bongeziwe a lot of DMs here. So my management was like, hey, can you go back to your messages and find this message? And you have to record the song this week. So we went and I recorded that song this week. And it was a wonderful experience.
And then after meeting him, did you then go back to find out who he is? Musically?
No, I could just tell, after the song came out, just like how big he was from people's reaction about the song what the song did. Yeah. I was.
What song is that? What's the name of the song?
It's called Apple.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to record.
Why?
Because those jazz times, it was like.
Or the beat.
Yeah, it was
the rhythm.
It wasn't the Apple. It was a. Yeah, I was really confused for a long time. Yeah.
How long did it take?
The song? No, it took. I was there for hours.
Yeah.
I was there for hours, but it took one day, one session.
Yeah. Who else? Oh man, I'm excited about the Alpha Mist. We must find it.
I did a very beautiful track with the Capo.
What?
Yeah, another
Mr. Mogashwa himself.
Yeah.
Say what?
I enjoyed working with him. Such a humble, down to earth, and when you work with house producers, sometimes they don't get when you come there as a singer, why do you need all this time? Just record your vocals and
come on, put the beat on,
He was just like, no, let's re-record. How you want to change this? Okay, let's strip the song, come back again. I was spending so many evenings at his house. Just recording for hours. But I enjoyed the respect that he kind of showed me while making the song.
And the name of the song?
Actually, do we have a title for the song? Yeah.
It's not out.
It's not out. Maybe it's gonna be called Wandimela. I can sing a little bit of it.
Please?
Because I really like it. It feels like something. Wandimela, 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 Wandimela. It's really fun.
What? Oh, now I can't wait. The couple do the right thing now.
Yeah, release it.
Release this thing. Sihlaleleni, tell me about that song.
Oh, yeah. This song, basically, I think this song really changed my life in a way.
Okay.
This was one of the big singles from the Amaxesha album.
Yeah.
And this is the song that was used for Colors when I shot Colors in Berlin. And
that's a big stage right there.
Yeah, it was a big,
that's
crazy
huge.
day.
That's huge.
And, we had been approaching them and they said, we're not sure if you have the right song. So for them to find this song and be like, okay, this is the right song.
So they chose the song?
They chose the song. This is the song we like and that. And, I was all alone in Berlin. And the studio is quite small.
Yeah.
Just doing this really huge thing.
Yeah.
And like feeling so small too, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
So it was a really special moment for me. And the fact that I was alone in Germany to do this was like a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Because there was no one saying, oh yeah, you're doing a great job. So I really relied on my own, on my own mind.
Here you are again, coming full cycle. You are alone.
Yeah.
Again, doing what you love.
Exactly.
He says he wants to serenade you. Bongeziwe, it's all yours.
Thanda noba sisekho kunye londwa ye thatho ngoba sana lebala amaxesha nawe thina sobabini iminyaka eyadlula dlula nihlele nawe mandibulele ngento yonke onenzele yona Inhliziyo yakho elungileyo ndiyakhumbula amaxesha ami nawe thina sobabini iminyaka eyadlula dlula ihlele nawe
Wow. Come on now. Trust your people to find the whole schedule of your South African tour. They're like, oh, relax, T. We cut it. And they've already shared it via X, and I've retweeted it. Please check it out. It's on my timeline. I can tell you now, it was shared by Khadifeli. Khadifeli says the 15th of November is, of course, is in Cape Town, and the 16th. The 17th is, Walang.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
First time.
Gugas Tembe. And you're going to Bloom at Vainet Moton Theatre on the 20th.
Please buy tickets in Bloom.
That's right. Yeah, they're listening via DSTV right now. Guild Theatre in East London on the 24th. 27th in Durban, Izulu Theatre. Yes. And then he comes to Joburg, starting in Tshwane. Yes. The drama theater, that's where you're going to be.
Yes.
And then Morris Isaacson Center, that is on the 29th of November. The 30th of November, Vets Linda Auditorium right here in Johannesburg. So more dates to be confirmed and to be announced, actually. Tickets available already on Quicket. Make sure that you get it. You want to grab your chair?
Yes.
I'm
Oh.
No, I'm done. No, done.
Ready to bounce.
Hey. Are you niggas? Hey, you've been gone forever. We must say. But what can I say, man? I'm just excited. I'm just happy for you more than anything. Because alternative music is not easy. It's not an easy sell for South Africa.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It can also be a very lonely journey.
Yeah.
And some people fall by the wayside because they feel they're not getting the love, even though they know what they're doing is what is really in them.
Sure.
And to see somebody like you who have, braved that.
Yeah.
And has broken up the doors, the borders, to be all over the world and flying the flag and fulfilling what has always been inside you in terms of sharing this message and music with the people.
Yeah.
It is nothing for me but to say, you know what? It's okay to be brave. Be it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Because there's only one you, hey?
Yeah. One life.
One life.
One life, yeah.
I have to ask the very tough question now.
Yes.
Pelas, I'm sure you found love, Lapis Stratton.
I found love in the streets. In the streets.
In the streets of the international world.
In the streets, yeah. No, well, not international, but in the streets of Southern Africa.
Is it?
Yes.
No, Sakbongela, thank you. Because, you know what? It can be a lonely journey.
Yeah.
But when you share it with somebody, it becomes all worthwhile, right? Yeah. Man, thank you so much, Bongeziwe. May God protect you, bless you more.
Thank you.
More songs, more messages.
Yes.
And can he also pour more into your spirit of being brave?
Yes.
We need it not only for you, but for the generation after.
It can get, I'm glad you said that. It can get tough.
Yeah.
And not, not knowing how it's done or how to navigate spaces that you never imagined yourself to be in.
Yeah. What has been the most that made you think, I can't believe I'm here? Who was in the room?
What have I done that has made... I was just in New York now for the first time. And we were staying at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I was just like, little old me in New York City, just walking around. It's crazy. Like I went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I was just like, just growing up in South Africa and watching American TV and having that thing that it's so far from you and so much better.
Yeah.
And I was just like, here I'm in New York City, just like moving around.
Yeah.
It's kind of like some things you realize like you achieve them in a few seconds.
Yeah. And for that we wish you more.
Thank you.
Keep shining, bro.
Thank you very much.
Imagine the endless possibilities with Powerball and Powerball Plus at 131 million rand in jackpots this Friday. You heard right. Play Powerball for an estimated 46 million rand jackpot and Powerball Plus for the life-changing 85 million rand guaranteed jackpot today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda.